Welcome to this channel, and here we have GC 2025 November questions, and we are going to provide answer to these objective questions. The first 40 questions, 30 geometrical drawing questions, and 10 building drawing questions. Now let's go and see the answers to these questions. So we have question 1 here, which says the drawing instrument used to produce irregular shapes is a French curve. So that is option A is the answer. Okay. Then here we have flexible curve. Maybe they wanted to put flexible curve there. All right, so the answer is option A for this question 1. Then question 2 says that one suitable type of pencil used for drawing construction lines is the 2H pencil. So 2H pencil, option B is the answer to question 2. Then question 3, the following are methods of dimensioning except revolved. That is option C is the answer to question 3. Then question 4 says, in figure 1, the division of line XY is in the ratio of division of line XY is in the ratio of, the answer is option B. We have 2:3:4. Okay. Then question 5 says, the scale that cannot be used to take a linear measurement is an angular scale. That is option D is the answer to this question. Then question 6, the type of angle shown in figure 2 is an obtuse angle. So the answer is option B for question 6. Then question 7 says that when the construction in figure 3 is completed, it will produce trisection of an angle. That is option D, gives us the answer to this question 7. Then question 8, the polygon that can be constructed using 45 degrees set square is an octagon. That is option D is the answer to question 8. Then question 9, a triangle with unequal sides and angle is a scalene triangle. That is option C, gives us the answer to question 9. Then question 10 and 11, we have to make use of this diagram to answer question 10 and 11. All right, so let's go and look at question 10. So question 10, as we have it here, says that given that line MK is a tangent, then line OL is a normal. That is option A, gives us the answer to question 10. Let's see what we have here. So this line OL is a normal to this tangent MK. Okay. Then question 11, the value of angle OLK is 90 degrees. That is the angle between the normal line and the tangent. The angle here, so it's 90 degrees. So a normal makes an angle 90 degrees with the tangent. Okay, so let's take note of that. Then we come to question 12 that says that in the construction shown in figure 5, the center point of the two tangential circles is located from point P by drawing arcs of radii. So the answer to this question is option B. I'm going to explain that. Okay. So if we are to draw this arc to touch this circle, okay, we need to add the radius of this arc and the radius of this circle together. So that gives us R1 plus small letter r. Then for us to draw this arc to touch this circle as we have it here, so what we have to do is to subtract the radius of this circle from the radius of this arc, and that is R1 minus R. So the answer to this question is option B, okay? That is for question 12. Now let's go to question 13, which says that the circle with center O in figure 6 in relation to the triangle XSPT is an inscribed circle. That is option A, is answer to question 13. Then question 14, a tangent to an ellipse meet the normal at an angle of 90 degrees. So we have talked about this before. So a normal is always at an angle 90 degrees to the tangent. Okay. All right. So question 15 says that the parallelogram PQRS in figure 7 is equal in area to triangle. This question is not correct in the sense that when a triangle is on the same base with a parallelogram, the area of that triangle is half the area of the parallelogram. Okay, let me say it again. When a triangle is on the same base with a given parallelogram, the area of that triangle is half the area of the parallelogram. Okay, so there is a reason for that. There is a theorem that we have for that. Okay, so for me, this question is not correct, but if I'm to choose, I will choose option A. Okay, but I know that the question is not correct because the area of the triangle should be half the area of the parallelogram if they are on the same base. Okay, so let's take note of that. All right, so move to question 16. Okay, so we have the curve that will be produced when the construction started in figure 8 is completed is an involute. That is option B is the answer to question 16. It will produce an involute. Then question 17. The equipment that does not involve the practical application of the principle of helix in its construction is a carlite. So screw threads, coil springs, drill flutes. So they are all making use of the application of the construction of helix, except carlite. So option B is the answer to question 17. Now, question 18 says that in the construction shown in figure 9, PTQ is a triangular laminar. The true length of PT so will be P1 T3. So P1 T3. So let's see. So P1 T3 is option C. So it's the answer to question 17. Then we have to use, sorry, that's question 18. So we have to use this diagram to answer question 19 and 20. So question 19 says that the point marked K is a vanishing point. That is option C is the answer to the question. Then the type of perspective shown is a 1-point perspective. That is option B is answer to question 20. Then move to question 21 that says two views of a block are shown in figure 11. The correct view of the block in the direction P is, so we are looking at it down. That means we want to draw the plan. Okay, so looking at what we have here, at this point, we are going to see a line. I'm looking at this option B. And at this point, there'll be a hidden line. So we have this. And at this point here, we are going to see a line, so which is this one. And at this point, we are going to have a hidden line. And at this point here, we are going to see a line. So option B is the answer to question 21. Then going to question 22. So which says that the AutoCAD tool that is not used in the drawing of the block in figure 12 is grid. That is option C is the answer to question 22. Then question 23, the auxiliary view on plane YY of the block in figure 13 is the auxiliary view on plane YY of the block in figure 13 is option C is the answer to this question. Then going to question 24 to 25. So question 24, the object shown is a truncated square pyramid. That is option B is the answer to question 24. Then question 25 now says that the view M is the auxiliary plan. So view M is the auxiliary plan. So whenever we have to draw auxiliary plan, we project from the given elevation. So as we have here for this one, is projected from the given elevation. So this is an auxiliary plan. So for question 25, the answer is option A. Then question 26, an example of objects that are sectioned in technical drawing is an example of objects that are sectioned in technical drawing is, so we have what we have, lintel. So lintel is sectioned in technical drawing. Then that's option B is the answer to question 26. Then question 27, a developed surface of a solid with 8 triangular faces is an octahedron. So that is option D gives us the answer to that question. Then going to question 28, the developed development of a truncated pyramid shown in figure 15 is that of a hexagonal pyramid. So the answer is option B to question 28. Then question 29. The number of rectangles obtained from development of a cuboid is 6. That is option D is the answer to question 29 and question 30. The conventional symbol for a switch is option D is the answer to question 30. Now we have answered question 1 to 30 on geometrical drawing. Now let's go to the question 31 to 40 on building drawing. Now question 31 says that plumb bobs are used on building sites for vertical alignment. That is option B is the answer to question 31. So question 32, hardcore is found in the floor. That is option 32. Oh, sorry, option D is the answer to question 32. Then question 33, the part labeled F in the section through a lintel in figure 16 is reinforcement. That is option B is answer to question 33. Then we have to use this diagram to answer question 34 to 35. So question 34 says the transom in the part label, the transom is the part label, the answer to this question is the part label L. That is option A is the answer to question 34. And question 35, the part label N is the part label N is the star. That is option A is the answer to question 35. Then going to question 36, headroom is a height in the staircase. And then question 37. So we are making use of this diagram to answer question 37. And then we have that the plumbing symbol shown in figure 18 represents. So it represents a sink. That is option A is the answer to that question. And then question 38. The tool shown in figure 19 is a buster. That is option A is the answer to question 38. Then question 39 to 40, we are making use of this diagram to answer question 39 to 40. It's a section, okay, of foundation. Then question 39, the type of foundation shown is a strip foundation. And then the width of question 40, the width of the foundation footing is 225. All right, so those are the answer to question 31 to 40 on building drawing. So we have the answers now to this year, 2025 November GCE. It's as simple as I've done it here. Thank you, and God bless you.